Today I'm going to show you how to paint and construct a growing Christmas tree for the Nutcracker. This is the image I'm going to work with, and you can find all sorts of information about painting scenery in this book by Lynn Pechtel, Design and Painting for the Theater. I'm starting with a piece of muslin that's about 12 feet tall because that's the height of the overall tree that's going to grow. And I've laid it out on the paint floor with some gray bogus paper underneath to soak up any liquid, and then I'm going to staple it with 3/8 inch staples all the way around. It doesn't have to be done tightly because once you size the muslin, it will shrink tight as a drum. In order for the paint to go smoothly onto the surface, it's important to fill the pores of the muslin with some type of a size. A very good one to use is Argo Gloss Laundry Starch. This is especially good if you're making some kind of a translucent drop, and it's important that it be gloss because then it dries clear. Okay, I'm going to start by taking a ½ gallon of cold water, pouring it in this large bucket. And then I'm going to dissolve in this entire box of laundry starch. Stir it up good. And this is cold water. You want to get all the lumps out of it because we're going to put it on with a sprayer. This laundry starch you can buy at some grocery stores still. This one I actually ordered on Amazon because our grocery stores no longer carry it. Next, I put on 3 gallons of water to boil, and then I'm going to take the cold ½ gallon of mixed starch and slowly mix it in with the boiling water. Just a little at a time. We'll let it boil for a minute. After stirring it in and boiling for a minute, I'm going to turn off the heat and let it cool until it's completely cool. Now that it's cooled, I'm going to pour some into this Hudson sprayer. I'm using a couple layers of wet cheesecloth and a regular household strainer to keep any lumps out. And I'm just putting it in a large funnel. Now to prime the surface, I'm going to pump up the sprayer. Normally you might want to have 2 people doing this, but since it's a small drop, I'm going to just do it by myself. I'm going to quickly spray the surface, and I'm going to work it in with this large lay-in brush. Soak it nice and wet, and it will start to shrink. Painting in a figure-8 motion to make sure all areas get covered. Now that the drop is dried, I've snapped lines on it to indicate the perimeter of the Christmas tree. All right, getting ready to paint. The bigger the brush, the better. You put a brush taped to a bamboo pole so it's lightweight and easy to work. Always work standing up. I'm going to start with black so that I get the inner parts of the tree and work my way out dark to light. And putting it on with a figure-8 stroke will make sure it soaks in evenly into all the pores. Okay, and just finishing up with the first color. Now start the second color. Okay, now that that painting's done, I've put ropes down to indicate where the garlands go so I can paint right over the top of it. And now a little shading. And now we'll paint a few ornaments in. I added a few gingerbread men, a star on top, some bells and other ornaments, and this stage of the drop is finished. And now, cut it out. I built a plywood box with a piece of PVC as a roller and stapled the bottom of the drop to the roller. Then on the other end of the drop, I glued foam core to the height that the tree is at its low trim to give it some rigidity. Then I used black aircraft cable to fasten it to a bat.